today is going to be our final trig function, and that's creating the cotangent graph. So the process for cotangent is similar to tangent. So we find two consecutive asymptotes, and we do that by setting up the inequality 0 is less than bx minus c less than pi. So notice there are two ending values that are shifted, and they're slightly different than tangent. Tangent's negative half pi, positive pi. This is 0 and pi. Again, bx minus c would come from whatever is located after my cotangent. And again, we would solve for x. And then from here, again, we identify my x-intercepts. So the x-intercepts are halfway between your asymptotes. And so halfway between your asymptotes. And then we use the quarter and 3/4 of the way to figure out, kind of bring that amplitude into play. So for our example for tonight, we are doing a y equals 1/2 cotangent of a pi over 2x. So again, the process for this is you set up the inequality of 0 is less than whatever inside underneath after cotangent, pi over 2x less than pi. So to get cotangent by itself, I need to divide everything by pi over 2. So I'm going to divide all my sides by pi over 2. So that's going to cancel. 0 divided by anything is 0. Here I have a fraction divided by a fraction, so the way I handle this is I have pi, and I multiply by my reciprocal of 2 over pi. So the pi's cancel, and I'm left with 2. So the period, again, is the distance between these two asymptotes. So my period is 2. So halfway is going to be 1. So my x-intercept is at 1. All right, so let's get into the picture. So I'm going to go to the next page. So to create my axes, I can scale it a little bit more to the left, so I'm going to be mostly in the positive direction. So values I need is a 0. I'm going to go by quarters again, so it's a little bit more spread out. So here's 1, and here's a 2. So to kind of make our values here, here's 0, here's a 2. So this is where my asymptotes are happening. And the values that are of importance would be my x-intercept. So my x-intercept is going to happen at 1, so that's exactly halfway between. And now I go a quarter of the way. So a quarter of the way would be a half. And I go down to, up to a half. And I go to 1.5, and I would go down to a negative half. So one of the main things that's different about cotangent and tangent, not only the asymptote's different, but the way the graph is created itself. So cotangent starts top left and travels to bottom right. So cotangent starts up here and travels down. Now obviously I'm a little bit zoomed in on my paper. I would expect that you make 2 periods of this, so your next wave would go from 2 to 4. And I would expect that you make that picture. So this is how we do the cotangent process. We'll do some more practice on this tomorrow, but this is the basic idea. All right, that's all for today.